I'm out at the range and I just want to do a quick overview slash review of the Magpul DAKA grids, the DAKA grid. So this is an Apache 9800. This is your Harbor Freight Special. It's equivalent to a Pelican 1750, like almost like a clone of it. And inside I have retrofitted with the DAKA grid. This is Magpul's grid system that they designed to allow for modular adjustments for a hard case. And the traditional route that most people go with a hard case is cut out foam, put in your rifle, and then call it a day, right? The reason why I hate hard cases, number one, they're heavy, so I never use them unless I'm like traveling far distances and I'm like either air travel or throwing it in my truck, like in the bed of the truck, or if I need to store it in like a vault somewhere out of my control, then I want it in a hard case and locked up. But that's the one thing I hate about it too. I hate the fact that you have to cut out foam, because I don't mind cutting foam. It's not a big deal, but you change your configuration of your firearms every so often. And if you do that, then your foam becomes useless and you got to get new foam and cut new foam again. And foam is expensive. So they created this DAKA grid. And so essentially it's just this grid system that Magpul designed, that you can take out a bunch of little pieces to reorganize the grid in such a manner that it fits your firearm and accessories. And here is my NRL Hunter build, which if you follow my vlogs or my videos, you know that this is a brand new stock. It's the same gun. It's a Defiance anti-action and a proof research barrel, or with a proof research barrel. But I had it with an HNT 26, and I had this system retrofitted or organized for the HNT 26 chassis. I swapped out the chassis for this carbon stock, the MDT CRBN, but I can now put it in my case, the same exact case with the DAKA grid, because the DAKA grid lets me change it up. So I reorganized the little grid pieces. I got those V-block pieces here, which you can see right here. This is basically V-block to fit the barrel. I got those are sold separately. And now my new configuration, same gun, different stock, fits just fine. I don't have to buy new foam, and I can just rearrange the grid. I didn't need the V-blocks, to be honest. I can just run it without the V-blocks. I never had those before, but I just got those because those are relatively new. But this is the DAKA grid, and I really like it. They've come out with other accessories like these boxes, which I just got these recently. So I usually take my bolt out, but now I had my bolt just sitting there like this, which is fine. But now I have a place to put the bolt, and you can just keep it in a box there. I have a little container here for whatever that I need to want to put there. Although I do have oil in these small containers that I just put inside. They fit perfectly inside these grid blocks. And I can have these little, create little compartments here, so I can have my bipod here, and it won't hit my gun because it'll just get blocked by a grid block. And I have these desiccant packs in here just to keep the moisture in control when I close it in a situation like this where it's very foggy out right now. It's very humid, but when I close this case up, at least this will prevent it from rusting up until I get home. So that's it for the DAKA grid. I think this is a really cool system. It's been out for a few years now. I highly recommend the DAKA grid. They only made them for a certain set number of hard cases. The Pelican 1750 is one of those popular ones, but thankfully the Apache 9800 is internally exactly the same. So the DAKA grid for the 1750 fits inside this Apache 9800. And now I think they have universal grids, so you just cut out the base grid, and then you have basically can adapt it to any case theoretically. And for anybody wondering about the 9800, this is the original foam for the top piece. This is my one complaint about the DAKA grid, though, or any grid system, is nobody's supplying a top foam with their grid. So you just get the grid itself right, but nobody's replacing their open cell foam. And open cell foam is very bad for those who understand what this is, because if this gets wet, it ain't getting dry. You really have to let it get, have to take it out and probably air dry it, maybe use some amount of heat, not enough to melt it, but like a hairdryer or something, and dry it out. But if you get this wet and you close this up and you forget about it and you leave your gun in there for a few days, it will start rusting. So you do not want open cell foam if at all possible. And I've never replaced this. I really need to. So I need to replace this piece here. But thankfully the DAKA grid is closed cell foam. So when this gets wet, you can just wipe it off. It shouldn't absorb much moisture. But then again, it will still probably contain some. So you never really want to keep your guns inside a hard case for any long period of time, right? A couple days at most, and hopefully you kept it dry. That's why I like these desiccant packs. Anyway, that's it for the DAKA grid. It's already well known about the Magpul DAKA, but just wanted to get this out there as far as people who never even considered the DAKA grid or still haven't heard about it and are still cutting foam. Definitely check this out. I really like it. It's versatile. You can change up your gun configuration and still use your same case and not have to buy new foam because you can just rearrange the grid blocks. Really cool system.